Mad bus driver here, brothers, and the ladies, and the haters that are most definitely watching. Yeah, so again, I would like to hit you with that video showcasing to you the fact that the stereotype of supposedly black men only taking out the trash, only getting ugly bitches, only getting leftovers, only, being, making bad choices from basically other people's cultures and shit. It's just a myth. It's just some bullshit. Also, want to talk to you about the fact that, these movements out here, other groups and shit, try to piggyback off of your shit, try to muddy up the waters and say that they're just like you. No, you're not. No, they're not. They're not like us. They're not like SYSBM. Apparently, people out there would like to say, hey, swirling movement, SYSBM. It's the same, it's a subject that Hardcore Tito elaborated on. Shout out to him. Shout out to the other cats out there that, been putting in that work, behind the scenes, putting out videos and stuff like that. A lot of you brothers are out there doing a lot of work and shit, and promoting message and moving us forwards and getting our philosophy out. So, we got the SYSBM movement. It's a philosophy. It's it's an organic philosophy, and it'll grow. It'll improve. But anyways, it's not just about we're trying to promote brothers dating out their race only like that. It's a greater thing, and a lot of the smart cats understand that. But this video is just another video to clock them fools over the head. They seem to just keep coming back to the same old stuff. Let me tell you, when I be out and about in them streets, I was at, in a college neighborhood. It's a university in our city and shit, right? So, I'm out doing some work, and I'm more, out and about in this apartment complex and shit. So I'm walking around, after I take care of some business, and I'm heading back to my vehicle, and I see, this white chick come out. She could be Italian or something like that, and she got her mixed kid and shit. Kid was kind of it was a mixed kid, and then I see the brother that's walking behind her and shit like that. And they go out to the car, so they're about in their 20s or something, late 20s or so, whatever, right? So as I'm doing that, right, then I see another vehicle come in, and in that vehicle, I look in the car and it looks like there's an Indian chick, and then next to her, the dude looks really dark. So I'm like, shit, I wonder if there's a bro up in there and shit. Sure enough, I go back to the back of my vehicle, take care of some paperwork. This girl that looks like she could be Indian, or she could be, another form of South Asian. Hell, maybe she could be South American, something like that, hops out the vehicle, and the brother gets out the vehicle. So it's a brother with, a foreign chick. In close proximity, living in the same apartment complex building. There's many other buildings, but same particular building that's got multiple apartments in it. With this other brother who's with, this white chick and shit, right? So I hop in the vehicle and shit like that, right? So me and my partner were chilling and shit, waiting to fill out some paperwork. And what do we see walking by? That's right. We see two. Two what? Two scraggle-daggles. That's right, two scraggle-daggles. Now, my partner, he's from Africa and shit. He works out. Strong motherfucker, right? Anyway, so, he was talking about these chicks that he saw him standing up. I didn't see him when I was doing my work and shit. But these girls, they were walking, right? They were walking by. And as they were walking by, the scraggle-daggles, they do that nervous. They see you, but they're trying to act like they're not trying to notice you and shit like that. So, what she did was whip out her cell phone and do that whole Snapchat, Instagram, live shit. Talking as they're coming from the pool or going to the pool or something. And they're just walking sloppy. And I'm looking at these two scraggle daggers. And I'm like, damn. Damn, I just seen two brothers, one with a white chick, one with an Indian, right? And you two are going to the pool, and you ain't got no man with your ass. And we know that you're not with anybody because you're doing that whole take a selfie, nervous Snapchat type shit. Because if you was with a man, you wouldn't be doing that. So have you noticed that a lot of that Snapchat type shit, a lot of them are doing that and they're with nobody. They have no man and shit. Because generally your man is not really gonna be having you, unless he's in the video Snapchatting and shit like that, or this is some business. Having your ass up there doing all of this, showing where your ass is, showing where you're going to the pool, taking pictures of this, your ass and your titties. Not really. So I'm like, damn. So I was thinking, shit, it is getting rough out here, isn't it? That's why they're fighting really hard. It's really getting rough out here. You see, because again, I've said in many videos before, people made bad decisions. Generations prior made shitty decisions. The females of previous generations chose the low quality men, reproduced, them dudes ran out or were chased out. Most likely weren't even invited in the house in the first place. There was a fallout with the parents. Child raised, no father in the house. Child, especially a daughter, raised, no father in the house, chooses more scumbag to reproduce. And then now you get into the broken down, dissolved to a base level where they're out there walking around slop. They're going to a university, or at least they are in apartment complex that got a lot of students that go to the university. Because there's no guarantee that they're going to school, because a lot of them get that Section 8 and they rent out those locations and shit. So I know they seen a gang of brothers up in there and they were something different. I know they see all these black men in relationships with females from other cultures, and I keep trying to tell you brothers that it is real. They see that shit and it fucks with them. They want to shut it down. But they don't understand. They're like, why you wear hair? Because you are a poor choice. Because you carry yourself. These two scraggle daggles is walking around with a nasty ass weave in their hair. Tatted up. Let me tell you something about, So, I'm going to go to Walmart, right? I'm going to Walmart. I'm going to Wally World and shit, right? And I'm not going to go shop. You see, the wife does that online shopping. So she gets all her shopping done online. Right? Pay for it. And they tell you when, they'll be ready in about 24 hours or so. And the next day gives you your block hours that it's ready. And, I go out there and I go fetch the food. Go fetch the groceries and shit. So I go park in my location, right? And I call and shit. And see, what's going on and shit like that, right? And let them know that I'm out here in this slot. And what happens? The lady on the phone, she seems nice. I know what type of female it is. And of course, they come out immediately with my groceries and shit. Two of them. Two. Now, when I see them, I look. The face, like they got a cute face. They got a face that, brother would see when he was younger. In the urban environment. They have that type of face. One was skinnier, one was a little healthier in the ass and shit. Right? And you could tell that they could have been good looking had they made better decisions and shit. Because the one that had the cutest face had tattoos all over her body. And not even artistic tattoos. It's that stupid shit. That fucked up writing on your arm and shit. Somebody else's name here. Some dumbass symbols there. And it's like, it's not like they went and got with a tattoo artist and he actually did some beautiful art. You see, and they don't seem to understand that shit fades. And especially your skin tone, if you do not have the right type of skin tone and you're putting on tattoos, that shit'll fade and it just looks dirty. And these I saw that body. I'm like, fuck, you're looking dirty. Because sometimes I'm like, yo, do I go too hard in paint, because I try to reevaluate, you know, to see where I'm at with that shit. But then I just get reconfirmed with all what I already know. I'm trying to save as many young brothers as possible from that bullshit fate. And it's gonna be, it's gonna be, you know the way you're gonna do it. You're gonna have to step on some toes. You're gonna have to be disrespectful with it. You're gonna have to tell the truth. It's just gonna be fucked up. Listen, I'm sorry. You made shitty decisions. You got a shitty result. Now you want me to come save you. No, do what these brothers are doing. They saved themselves. A lot of it has to do with making good decisions. And what you have to understand, how little decisions have big consequences, can send you off into different directions and shit. For a lot of these brothers, they're, chasing after, a lot of these brothers running around the street chasing after a certain type of ass, has gotten themselves a shitty result, a shitty lifestyle. There's a lot of these brothers here that you see in the video made different decisions. And so, because of that, it put them in a different space. Is it better? Is it worse? They're in a different space. And I want young brothers to do that too. I want young brothers to be in a different space. Make better decisions. So when somebody sees this video, you say to make a better decision, you gotta go date your white girl? Maybe, probably so. It's amongst other things you're gonna have to think about. Continuing your education, investing in yourself, traveling, using the internet more than just looking up porn and trying to look at some fat ass. Actually using the internet to find some knowledge on the internet. Thinking outside the box, preparing for the future, stacking your paper just in case shit gets really shitty on a rainy day. To think. Maybe, just maybe, if a brother's chasing after a girl from Japan, he's chasing after that Japanese booty, he won't be having time to be running with that ghetto shit. So therefore, because he doesn't have time to run with that ghetto shit, because he's trying to impress this Japanese girl and shit, guess what? All that ghetto shit he misses, and then now he realizes he's 30-something, he got money in the bank, he working, or he owns his own company and shit. He's traveling all over the world. Why? Because when he was in his late teens, he decided, you know what? I'm not going to mess with the scraggle dackle. I'm going to go and get me something different. Maybe if that brother, in his late teens and shit, early 20s, when he's going to college, leaves the beast alone and shit, and he goes chase after that Indian girl like that brother I saw at the apartment complex. And he's not messing with the weave-head scraggle-daggle, he's chasing after that Indian girl. Guess what? That ghetto shit he'll probably miss 90% of that bullshit, because he doesn't need to be at this particular club or at this particular event or at this particular concert or at this particular bar when motherfuckers is shooting and shit for some dumb shit. Why? Because he understands that he has to have that knowledge, not just to impress her, but to keep her, and then also impress that family, which is going to be most resentful against his ass because he's black and they got all that shitty ass stereotypes against him, shit like that. So all that bullshit goes by. Next thing you know, he's 35, 40, and he's making big bank, traveling all over the world, got his own business and shit. His kids are doing well in school. Why? Because he made better decisions. The MBD says because you date outside your culture, whatever it is, your life is going to be grand. No, that's not guaranteed, but that might be a start for that ass. So I'm trying to come up with a solution, right? That's what I've been doing, is solutions. People are like, you're taking all this shit for all these guys on YouTube and shit. What's the solution? MBD has that solution. Maybe you need, because that's the prime mover. What the fuck else are you doing on this planet other than that? Huh? At the end of the day, if your DNA, if your genetics doesn't get passed on to the next generation, your shit terminates. Guaranteed. Most of you guys are not going to get a footnote in history. You're not going to get a Wikipedia page. Shit. So you got to make sure that your basic immortality is passed on to your lineage. And if you invest in a shitty ass Stargate and you bring another human being into this world through that Stargate, and it has a shitty base to build off of, your children can die off just like that too, and won't have a chance to become a footnote in history. Do you know there's some people that have Wikipedia entrants in Wikipedia, have their own little Wikipedia line, father of this person, because that person is famous. And so because that person is famous, your name is chiseled in, written up, and then eventually end up in a book archived somewhere as the parent of that person who's famous, or their grandparent, or his grandfather was this guy. Why? Because that person, the parent, the grandparent survived, passed on to, and raised their children. The children grew up, had children, and built up, and to one of them made it. One of them made it. That's probably what it is in the grand scheme of things. So if you're a young black man, you want to leave a legacy, you want to, you got to start thinking about that. You got to start thinking about that shit. Got to hustle with it now, you young cat. That's what MPD is trying to help you guys out. Other than that, that's just my rant for the day. And your boy up there in the White House, who fuck it up. You racist white guys. I thank you every day. Because whatever. Anyways, mad bus driver. SYSBM brothers out.